That's weird. Let's move that way. Oh.
I want to hear your voice and see your smile. Yeah, say my name, babe. Let's talk a little while. Oh, yeah. Softly, gently, all night long. Words that love singing a song. Pillow talk, pillow talk. Lying next to you, share my heart, my boo. Feet touching, holding hands. Whatever you're feeling, I don't demand. Yeah, open up, share with me. No limits or boundaries. Baby, it's only we. I got you and you got me. Come on, baby, yeah, let's be free. Pillow talk, pillow talk. Yeah, I am yours and you are mine. Singing a song, pillow talk, pillow talk. Sharing, caring, loving each other. Connected and bound together. Yeah, but do not smile. Hey, I want that. Pillow talk, pillow talk. Pillow talk. Pillow talk, pillow talk. Pillow talk, pillow talk.
It's supposed to go away. It's not. Okay.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And we just want to welcome you to the brand new Pillow Talk Lounge. I'm James Greene, and this is my lovely wife, Cynthia Greene. And we just want to welcome you to, like I said again, the Pillow Talk Lounge broadcast. You know, during this time, we're going to be talking about a lot of different topics, pillow talk, so to speak. So we just want you to sit back, get ready, and just prepare yourself.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hey, share with us where you're tuning in from. Where are you at? Where are you tuning in from? We want to know. And y'all know, I always want to know. What y'all eating for breakfast? Like, what did you have? I didn't have my usual, y'all. I ate cake for breakfast this morning, okay? So yeah, I was in the mood for cake and coffee. So, like James said, we have rebranded from Breakfast with the Greene. So this is Pillow Talk Lounge.
Yes.
And Breakfast with the Greens, okay? So it's the morning after. So last night on Friday nights, we usually have our podcast on Podbean, Pillow Talk Lounge with James and Cynthia Greene. And then Saturday mornings is the morning after. Y'all know about the morning after, right? Come on now. I know y'all know about the morning after. So again, we asked y'all last week, when is your best time for pillow talk? Like, is it at night when you're lying in bed? Is that when you like to talk and have your sweet talk? Or is it the morning after? So for us, we decided last week that it's the morning after. Mm-hmm. Like, we have our best talks the morning after.
So what we're going to be doing is bringing you some of our best talks. Yep. What are we going to be talking about? A lot of different topics, but it's always the morning after. So that's what we're going to be doing, bringing you our morning after talks.
Yes, and we're still having breakfast with you. So hey, we didn't do away with Breakfast with the Greens. We just rebranded it. Mm-hmm. So y'all,
this month,
well, at the end of the month, the last Sunday of every year in March, the last Sunday is National Black Marriage Day. And we're really trying to make that really big and known around the world. Like, there's many states that celebrate it, but it's kind of almost like an individual thing. Like, this company, this business shares it, this church celebrates it. But I want it to really, we want to see it really be on the national level. So we're going to be reaching out to the governor and the mayors and different people to really make this a well-known big thing. Because we got to continue to celebrate marriages. We got to continue to let people know that marriage is still viable. We got to continue to let people know that marriage makes a difference. It makes a difference, you guys.
And I would say, and we're not saying that other marriages don't matter. We're not saying that at all. All marriages matter. We just want to focus on Black marriages because we know a lot of times that the Black community struggles in that area of Black marriages. So that's, and since it's a National Black Marriage Day, that's what we want to focus on. Like I said, we're not saying that certain races marriages don't matter. Marriages matter in all races. But we just want to focus on the Black marriage since it's National Black Marriage Day.
Right. So next Saturday during during Pillow Talk Lounge, we're going to actually have our National Black Marriage Day celebration during the show. And it's called Our Marriages Matter Symposium. And we're going to be celebrating couples who have been married for over 25 years. How many of y'all know, like, that's a big deal? Like, we got married in a little older age, so we're looking forward to 25 years. But we got married a long time ago. Oh my God! Especially if we got married when we first met. Right. We would have been married over 30 years, and so that's something to celebrate. We're excited to celebrate 15 years this year.
Right, and when you think of marriages, say over 25 years, even over 20 years, you think, wow. They may have been through a lot because we know all marriages aren't easy. We know every marriage maybe go through some things, but it's about coming through those things that maybe make you stronger. So when you think of marriages that happened 20, 25 years that, lasted that long, what have they been through? What have they gone through? What did they come out of? And, and that's a key because we know sometimes marriage can be tough. But it's going through that struggle that maybe make you stronger. So we want to, know couples that been married 25 years, maybe what you're going through or maybe what you've been through, and how did you handle it? How did you come out on top? How did you sustain, say, that issue and still be able to stay married, still be able to thrive, still be able to still love each other? Because like we said a few weeks ago, maybe last week, love does conquer all. Especially if you put that love. Especially if you put that love into your marriage, especially God's love. If you focus on that, you probably can sustain anything.
That's right. Y'all, do y'all know that between James and I, we have over 50 years of marital experience? Together, we have over 50 years of marriage experience.
Right. And so with that saying, we have been through some things.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely. We have learned some things.
Yes.
We had discovered some things.
Yes.
And we've helped other couples who may be dealing with some of the things we dealt with, how to overcome it.
Oh, my gosh. Yes, absolutely. I think about some of the things that I've learned through the years. And I tell you what, I've learned a lot through the negatives. Just as much as through the positives, because there's been a lot of positives too. Right. And so, we're going to talk about that a little bit. Right.
And that's the key, like you said, the negatives. See, people always say as you grow, even when you're younger, you get older, you learn from past experiences. So if they're bad experiences, you learn from them. And you learn, okay, that was a bad experience, or maybe I did this the wrong way, which caused that bad experience. So now, if it comes up again, I know not to do it the wrong way. I'll know to do it the correct way.
I was on the broadcast this morning, and this lady was, someone was posted in the comment section that they went through a period in their life where they lost everything financially. They said they just was broke and busted, and every area of their life suffered. Now, they didn't say if they were married or not, but I say that to say that a lot of times as a couple, when you go through something like, just say you just have a financial bust and you lose everything, and you start the blame game, and then y'all start arguing all the time, and that's why a lot of couples break up. But I'm telling y'all, the people with the best marriages are the ones who stick through it. Right. Like no matter what, you stick through it. You don't let circumstances, situations, things, trials, tribulations, people, money. You don't let those things tear
Right.
you apart. It's the couples who find a way to work
Right.
through it. That's our number one reason how you have longevity in your marriage, because that's what we're talking about today. How to have longevity in your marriage, how people stay married through thick and thin.
And it's funny, baby, that you said that about being broke and busted, because I can say I've been through that in my first marriage. When I got divorced, I was one of those ones, and I had to learn from that experience because my home foreclosed, my car repossessed, lost my job. Well, my job went bankrupt, so now I had no home, no car, no job. So I know firsthand, going through some of those things, what it takes. And those are some of the things that we'll probably end up talking about, on this Pillow Talk Lounge broadcast. We're going to be talking about some of the things you've been through, some of the issues you may have, and how you overcame it, and what made you stronger from it.
Y'all know what's so interesting? I often wonder, like, I knew James during those times, but I didn't see him or talk to him during those times. And I often wonder, would I have dated him if he was busted and disgusted?
Look, because she doesn't know, I think I filed chapter 13 and chapter 7. I think I filed both. So yeah, I was
and that's another thing. We're gonna talk about these things in depth one day too. Like, when I married him, if he still had a chapter 7 and a chapter 13 on his record, would I have married him if that was still on his records?
And it says it
because y'all know y'all should be pulling each other's credit reports before you get married, right?
Because and that's a key, pulling the credit reports, because when you talk about getting married and you talk about building a family, maybe wanting a home and all of that, you have to know what your credit score is. Because if you both don't talk about it and you go before a realtor and they pull your credit report, and one of you may have a real low credit score or may be in some debt that you didn't know about or that you didn't inform the other person about, and it causes you not to get that home. You need to know those certain things, the things you need to work on.
That is so true, you guys. But we tell couples all the time, finances should not be the reason that you don't get married.
Exactly.
Now, you shouldn't be getting married if you can't afford a place for you and your spouse to live. If y'all can't put y'all money together and have a place to live, and y'all got to stay with mom and them, and mom and them might not want you to stay with them, it might not be a good time to get married. But don't let finances hold you back, because when you join your finances together, that's how you can build wealth quicker.
Right. But if your parents say you can get married and stay with us and save your money and we'll help you get a home, that may be another thing to think about.
Yeah, that's
because
true.
Now they're offering to stay with us
and save
your money because they want to see you succeed. They want to see you be successful in getting that home. So there's nothing wrong with that.
I bet you if your kids wanted to get married and stay in our home, what you gonna say? See him laughing, y'all.
It's something we just have to talk
now,
about.
We're not saying all parents would do that. We're not saying all parents would do that, but there's some parents, they're not going for that.
Right.
And that would be a tough conversation with James Greene, because he believes in adults being independent, being on their own, right? So but our kids have lived with us plenty of times. So I mean, that's not a problem. But I'm talking about they got married. But you know what? If they were married and they got into financial trouble, I don't think we would have a problem with them moving in.
I don't think we would
and
turn them
staying
away
here until they could get their finances together, save their money, and really be able to buy a home.
And that's what we believe parents should be for, to help their children, help them be successful, help them to succeed.
That's true. That's true. I agree with that. So the second, I want to tell y'all something too. Well, I'm going to say the second reason, or one of the ways that couples stay together for the long haul, is they consciously make a decision that no matter what, they're going to stay together.
Right.
So I told y'all I was going to share with y'all how Samuel L. Jackson and his wife have stayed married for 41 years. Y'all, they say movie stars and all these celebs,
and you can
that
see
they don't stay married for the long haul. But Samuel L. said that when him and his wife got married, they were college sweethearts. I didn't know that. I was reading a story on them. They were college sweethearts. So they've been married since they were in college or right after college. I'm not sure exactly when. But he said that when they got married, they both made a vow. They both agreed. They both made a decision that no matter what, they were going to stick it out and stick together and stick by each other's side through anything and everything.
So what does that mean? That means when the issue comes up, you don't turn and run away from it. You don't turn and say, I'm not going to do this anymore. You don't say, well, I'm going to walk away from this. I can't deal with this. It's something that if you made a vow to stick it out, it's something that when an issue comes up, you're going to talk about it. You're going to work through it. You know, it's going to be conflict resolution. We're going to resolve the issue at hand so we can stay together.
It also means if your spouse screws up, you're going to stand by them.
Right. And sometimes what does that look like? That means changing certain ways, doing certain things differently, maybe seeking counseling. You know, it could mean a lot of things, but the key is that you're going to work it out, that you're going to take that issue, bring it to the table and discuss it and work through it.
Right. And one of the third ways is the D word is off the table.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and I'm not talking about D-A-M-N or D-A-M, whichever way you want to spell it. I'm not talking about that D word. What D word y'all think I'm talking about? Tell us what D word you think we're talking about.
Because I know for us, we said that D word is not even an option.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we don't even bring it up.
We sure don't. Y'all know what?
And we know, I was going to say, we know that some couples, you know, they do bring it up.
They'll throw it in each other's face all the time. We've seen it in movies. I've seen it with my friends. You know, I've seen my friends say, things like, then just get out. Yep. Or you know what, you don't like it, then you need to get a divorce. We'll just get a divorce. I mean, I've seen people just throw it in each other's face.
And start an argument and say, you know what, I'm divorcing you. I can't do this anymore.
Yep.
You know, and it's quick to bring it up. And the key is a lot of times people bring it up as a threatening tool.
Yep.
And that is the worst
way.
Or
as a way to try to push you.
Right. To make you do what they want you to do.
Yeah, they think if they say something negative, you like, well, just get a divorce. That's going to make you come running back to them. So we were coaching a couple that's what they were doing. Is like, well, you know, we just need to get a divorce then.
Using that word as a threatening tool to make the other stay or to make the other do something that they want them to do.
That doesn't work. I'm telling y'all, a lot of times you're just going to push your spouse right on back out the door. That's exactly what you're going to do. Because I'm sorry. That's what happened to me in our first marriage. She kept saying, you don't like it, get out. You don't like it, then just get a divorce. Well, you know what? I didn't run out and get a divorce. I really did not. But, you know, hey, look what happened. So you cannot have that negativity in your marriage. So we just wanted to give you those 3 keys, y'all. There's so many more things, but we're not going to go into all of them.
Right, because we can also give you keys to how to work through it, like communication, like to talk about everything. When you think of Samuel L. Jackson, and you think of that, they're going to stay together and work through all the issues. What does that mean? That means they're going to talk about it. That means they're going to communicate better.
And I'm sorry, baby. And sometimes they're not even going to talk about it. They just don't sweat the small stuff. They don't let every little thing get to them. They don't.
And that's something we always talk about.
They love each other, so they know that they're not saying or doing something on purpose to hurt their spouse or hurt their marriage. So they just don't even sweat the small stuff. They don't let them little things become big things. They don't make a big deal over every little thing. They give each other their space. They give each other grace. You know what I'm saying? They give each other mercy.
And those lines of communication are always open to talk through any issue you may have.
I would love to have a conversation with Samuel L. Jackson. Samuel, I'm reaching out to you. I want to know how y'all did it for 41 years, which reminds me, you guys, if you see what's scrolling across the bottom, if you've been married over 25 years, we want to have a quick 5-minute conversation with you. We want to know, number 1, if you've been through anything, and number 2, how did you overcome it?
How did you make it through?
And number 3, what's your secret to staying married all these years? And we know it's not really a secret, but we want to know what you feel helped you to stay married for over 25 years.
Because every couple that's been married that long, you know, they've done something. Right, they've done something to make it through. You know, what helped you sustain those 25 years?
Yep. So we gave you 3 reasons today only, on how to sustain your marriage, how to stay married for the long haul. One of them was leave the D word, the divorce out of your mouth, out of your home. Number 2 was, oh my gosh, what was it? Oh Lord, I'm losing my train of thought here. Number 2 was, it was something around don't sweat the small stuff. You know, you don't have to argue over.
Right, because small things will turn into big things if you make it an issue. You can't focus on those little imperfections or those little things that bother you because they're meaningless unless you make it a big thing.
That's right. And number one was just basically just staying committed. Know that you're not leaving. You're in it for the long haul. You're not gonna turn on your spouse. You're not gonna walk away. You're gonna hang in there. You're committed forever and ever and ever.
Right. Like you made a commitment that you're not gonna walk away.
Right. So
you have to do the things necessary to allow that longevity in your marriage.
Right. So next Saturday, we will be celebrating National Black Marriage Day right here on this show. And we're going to be celebrating some couples who've been married for over 25 years. We're going to have them share their story, something that they've been through. And we're going to share what they believe was the key to their longevity in their marriage. So we're going to celebrate. So if you've been married over 25 years and you want to be on that one of those couples, we still have a couple of more slots. So
reach out.
Reach out to us, DM me.
Let us know how long you've been
married. Call me. Yes. Send me a message via Facebook and say, look, Cynthia James, we've been married over 25 years. We want to share our story. Y'all stories are powerful. The Bible says we're overcome by
our testimonies.
There you go.
And the thing is that when they want to share their stories, it'll allow you to listen in and say, okay, this is what they did. And like you said, sometimes you may want to try some of the methods that they use to help you. We're not saying everyone is the same. You'll hear different stories. You'll hear different ideas, the things people have done so they overcame the issues that they had in those 25 years.
Yes. And y'all, we're doing something really interesting this year. If you're in our membership program, you already know this, but in our membership program, every month we are pulling out a couple from the Bible, and we're sharing their story of what they went through in the Bible. And then we're sharing some key points on how they stayed together, how they worked things out, what some of the outcomes were. And so we're looking at them compared to things that we've gone through in our life. So we all know there's a lot of lessons to learn from the Bible, couples in the Bible. Well, we're going to learn some lessons from couples of today. Because they say there's nothing new under the sun. But y'all, some people's stories are very unique, and we want to hear from you. So, let us know in the comments how long you've been married. How long have you been married?
And I guarantee you that some of them couples that you hear from, they'll reference some biblical terms that they've used or some biblical aspect that they put in their marriage to help them get through it. Guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because we're one of the ones that can relate to that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So I'll give you something to think about today. I want you to do some research. Look through the Bible and find out what couples in the Bible does your story relate to. Is there a couple in the Bible that you feel like you have gone through something similar as their story in your marriage? And then share it with us. Join our Facebook group, Marriage Built to Last Movement. That's Marriage Built, the number 2, Last Movement. You can go to www.marriagebuilttolastmovement.com and it takes you straight to our group.
And trust me.
Or just go on Facebook and do a search.
We would love to hear your story.
Just tell us
love to hear what you've done.
Yes.
Love to hear.
And we would love to know what couple you relate to.
Right. Because trust me,
in your marriage.
People that's been married 25 years and longer, they always have a story to share, and people get encouraged by hearing others' story, especially when they hear a story of overcoming.
That's right.
A story of coming through some things, because it encourages them. It makes them believe that, wow, if you've been through that, the small things that I may be going through, I can easily overcome that listening to your story.
That's so true. All right, you guys. We're super excited for next Saturday. We're going to be celebrating marriages, y'all. So, if you want to be one of those couples that we celebrate, we got a lot of ways that you can connect with us. You can send us your picture. We'll create you a free graphic and we'll post it in our group and on Facebook,
so people can see who you are.
So we can celebrate you. We want to celebrate our marriages, but we're celebrating marriages overall. Like James says, there is no color in marriage. Exactly. But National Black Marriage Day is our day, just like February is our month. So hey, it's Black History, it's Black Marriage Day all year long. But you know, we all got a day to celebrate. We celebrate the day we got married. We celebrate the day we were born. So we're celebrating the day that they are recognizing Black marriages all around the world. So send us your picture or DM us and let us know how long you've been married, and let's see if you're selected to be one of our couples next Saturday. All right, y'all. Thank you so much for joining us on Pillow Talk Lounge with James and Cynthia Greene this morning. And remember, if you build it, it will last.